Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all well today. Beautiful spring day here in Yucatan, Mexico. Nice breezy day, sitting here by the windows, enjoying the day, and I hope everybody is doing well. I want to share today about the fourth event that we see biblically on the Hebrew calendar dates of Nisan 10 and 11. Okay, we've already covered that on Nisan 10 was the triumphal entry. We have covered that Nisan 11 is the day of the cleansing of the temple, and Jesus cleansed the temple twice. So there are two events on Nisan 11, one at the beginning and one at the end of Jesus' ministry. Then we have the cursing of the fig tree was on Nisan 11, the day after the triumphal entry. And now I would like to turn to Luke chapter 19, and we see one more very important event on Nisan 10 and 11. Okay. Now these are biblical. This is biblical understanding. This is quite clear in the text, the dates of when these things happened. And with the information that I have, and I'm waiting on the Lord to share, there is amazing connections that will give us understanding that it is very, very possible that the time of his coming may be on Nisan 10 and 11. So what I'm doing over the last few videos and over the next few videos is I'm laying some groundwork for the information that I will be bringing when I get the release to share fully what I have seen. So, for right now, I would like to look at Luke chapter 19, and we see that there's the triumphal entry starting in verse 28. Starting in verse 41, we have Jesus weeping over Jerusalem, and that's what I want to talk about today. And then we have Jesus cleansing the temple. Okay, so whether he wept over Jerusalem on Nisan 10 or whether he wept over Jerusalem on Nisan 11, okay, we see the connection here to the triumphal entry and the cleansing of the temple, Jesus weeping over Jerusalem. And so let's look at this text. Luke chapter 19. Jesus weeps over Jerusalem, starting in verse 41. Now as he drew near, he saw the city and wept over it, saying, "If you had known, even you, especially in this your day, the things that make for your peace. But now they are hidden from your eyes. For days will come upon you when your enemies will build an embankment around you, surround you, and close you in on every side, and level you and your children within you to the ground, and they will not leave you in you one stone upon another, because you did not know the time of your visitation." Okay. You did not know the time of your visitation. Okay. So we have this passage in Luke chapter 19. We know it's Nisan 10 or 11. It's right after the triumphal entry. It's right as he is going to be cursing the fig tree. And he weeps over Jerusalem. And in this text, we see a few things revealed. Okay, we see a few things revealed based on well, whether it's connected to the date, okay, might be connected to the date of him saying this. But we see that he mentions here, number one, he's weeping over Jerusalem, so this is a day of great sadness. Nisan 10 and 11 is a day of great sadness based on the fact that the people, although they received Jerusalem, or they received Jesus in Jerusalem on the triumphal entry, Jesus knew the hearts of the men. Jesus knew that they were not fully receiving him. They did not accept him as the Messiah. They were, excited about the fact that he was among them. He was doing all these miracles, but he was not the Messiah to them. And so Jesus weeps over Jerusalem and says, this is a sad day. You do not know in this your day the things that make for your peace. You don't understand. And so he brings a understanding of the sadness of this day, and he brings an understanding. He makes a statement here. It says, this your day. Okay? So I find that statement interesting. In this your day. This is your day. Okay? This is your day. The day of the triumphal entry, it should be your day. This is your day, but you did not understand this day. You did not understand the triumphal entry. You did not understand. Then at the end, he goes on to say, you did not know the time of your visitation. So he makes two references to them not understanding the time. This is your day, and this is the time of your visitation, and you did not understand it. And then he talks about the coming desolations of Jerusalem. The coming desolations. Okay, and this could be double. This could be a double meaning here, where he's talking about 70 AD and how Jerusalem was taken by the Romans because of the fact that they did not accept the Messiah, because of the fact that the fig tree was cursed, because of the fact that they were hard-hearted, did not receive the Messiah. Based on their rejection of the Messiah, they had to face this upcoming judgment. And so he spoke against them about the coming judgment on Nisan 11. As he weeps over Jerusalem, he says, days will come upon you when your enemies will build an embankment around you, surround you, close you in on every side, and level you and your children within you to the ground, and they will not leave in you one stone upon another. Okay? We know that he talked about one stone not being upon another as the temple, and that was talking about 70 AD. But here we have these 2 days of Nisan 10 and 11 as being an important time frame that Jesus brings forth this revelation, or this teaching, or this proclamation. Okay, and this goes together then with the triumphal entry, them not understanding the time of the visitation. It goes together with the cleansing of the temple, where Jesus, the time of the cleansing of the temple and the need for us to be clean and then for those around us, for our life to be ready for his coming, because when he came into the temple was not ready. The temple was not clean. And so instead of him coming in beautifully into the temple to teach and to be received as the Messiah, he came in with whips and with overturning the tables and he brought judgment into the temple. And then we see the cursing of the fig tree, and how the people that did not have the fruit, or the Israel, right? Israel of the fig tree that did not receive the Messiah, they were cursed because they were not bearing fruit, because they were not following the prophecies, because they were not anticipating the Messiah in the way the scriptures revealed the Messiah was going to be coming. Okay, they were waiting for the Messiah in their own terms, in their own ways. And so now it brings us to Jesus weeping over Jerusalem. And he mentions this your day. Okay, this your day. He mentions this is the time of your visitation. Okay. Now, I saw this. I have other things that I am seeing that are leading me and my understanding to Nisan 10 and 11. Then we had this solar eclipse on February 26th. And February 26th is 40 days from April 7th. April 7th is Nisan 11. So to me, this is an opportunity for us to remain in prayer, to remain in fasting, to remain seeking the Lord. And, the importance of these 2 days, what it should have been the glory, okay, this is the glorious time of the triumphal entry. Okay, we see this. The triumphal entry is a beautiful, beautiful event, right? This is a beautiful, beautiful event. But what is it? What is around it? What is surrounding the triumphal entry? What do we see in the text surrounding the triumphal entry? We see Jesus weeping over Jerusalem. Jesus cleansing the temple in an act of judgment twice. We see the cursing of the fig tree. Okay, so we have 3 events that surround this glorious event, that what should have been the time of his revealing, the time of his visitation. This is the day that Jesus said it was not. Okay, the triumphal entry was not what it was supposed to be, right? Because Jesus was ultimately rejected. Okay, so I see these 2 days then as important days for us to consider. I don't want to be long today, but I wanted to bring forth this next piece of this information. And I would ask you to prayerfully consider this opportunity that the Lord has given us, a 40-day window from this solar eclipse, this amazing solar eclipse. Okay, and so that's all I wanted to share today. And I pray that you would all be blessed, and that the Lord would continue to open us up the understanding of what we are, what He wants us to be seeing in the coming days ahead. Thank you. Okay, God bless.